Hi, are you John?
I'm John, yes.
Hi. Have you ever met anyone that has referred to Gibraltar as an island? They think it's an island?
No, I haven't heard nobody tell me. I mean, Gibraltar's always been attached to Spain, you know.
Why is Gibraltar hosting the island games when it's not an island?
That's we've been doing it for a long time, you know.
Yeah.
But maybe we were once an island.
It literally guarded the entrance of the Mediterranean Sea from the Atlantic. This bay did not exist before. This was protecting the Gibraltar Straits. Old photos of a different timeline. Straits of Gibraltar, we're still seeing reality residue. Even though there's one strait, they still call it Straits. Gibraltar was literally in the middle, and this is why it was called Gibraltar Straits. This is the 100-ton gun, you guys.
There are 52 kilometers of tunnels.
Why is it so cloudy? It's very strange. Look at this. Look how foggy it is. You can barely see. Is it a fact that the first Neanderthals were found here?
Yeah.
Why were they only found in Gibraltar? Were any of them found in Spain, right across Gibraltar?
I don't think so.
It's pretty amazing that, you know, you can find them here, but you can't find them in Spain. Well, the rock of Gibraltar is a Jurassic limestone, and scientists, or I guess archaeologists, are not able to answer as to how the Jurassic limestone is on top of the ground instead of underneath the ground. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Those monkeys are the only tailless monkeys in the world. Gibraltar is a very unique place. There's a lot of mysteries that has not been answered. The Mandela effect, it helps us answer a lot of ancient mysteries. Good morning, guys. Today is Sunday, July 24th. I am currently crossing the airport. I'm gonna try and see the other parts of Gibraltar. I'm here in Casemate Square. I spoke to a gentleman called John. I believe he's gonna be my tour guide. So I believe this is John. He was just honking at me. Hi, are you John?
I'm John, yes.
Hi, thank you.
The views of Africa, the Straits. Okay, and I will be talking to you a bit of the history.
The Straits plural, right? Like instead of straight, it's plural, Straits?
Straits. It's between two lands, and it's a strait. It's not a straight line.
Yeah.
It's a straight because it's a junction between two lands, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
a straight.
why is it called Straits?
That's because, as I said, it's a word in English that it represents the nearest, is quite nearest, and it's a straight.
No,
because it goes through one point to another.
Yeah, I get that it's called Straits, but why is it called Straits if it's only one strait? It should be just straight.
The Straits of Gibraltar. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, you get it?
Yeah, I know, because it's why it says the Straits of Gibraltar. It's only straight. Most probably, maybe I pronounced it wrong. It's the Strait of Gibraltar.
Yeah.
You know?
On maps it says Strait of Gibraltar, but people will say Straits.
Yeah.
But it makes no sense because there's only one strait.
Because there's only one strait,
Yeah,
of course.
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
from the Mediterranean to the Atlantic.
Yeah.
But well, just a little bit of history, because we're actually looking at history now.
Great.
If you look to your right.
Can you tell us how many years experience? Have you lived here all your life?
I lived all my life here. I was born here.
You're Gibraltarian.
I'm Gibraltarian.
Wow.
Yes, indeed. I'm
Okay.
Gibraltarian. I lived here all my life.
How many years do you have experience giving tour guides?
Tour guides, about 25 years.
25 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
approximately 25 years.
Wow, interesting. Great. So you're exactly the person I'm looking for. So I want someone who knows a lot of history.
I lived here. I know the majority of the history, and I lived here all my life. You know, it's a part of the history that people doesn't know unless you live here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you suggest we go see first? The Pillars of Hercules, or?
No, we're gonna see first the 100-ton gun.
Okay, perfect.
So that's a new town.
Yeah.
Here we see another different wall, as you can actually see. And this wall, it's the Spanish wall built by Felipe II of Spain, and then by Charles V.
Wow.
The first part of it was built to protect themselves against the Turkish pirates.
Yeah.
I need to move the buses there. And it was built to protect against them. Have in mind that this wall doesn't start only here. It ends up at the top of the rock, that we will be going up there to the highest point.
Gotcha.
Where we're going to meet the monkeys up there.
Yes.
426 meters above sea level.
I really want to see the Barbary partridge birds. Do you think we'll be able to catch them? It's kind of like catching Pokemon almost. It's very hard to see them.
They sometimes appear all the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes they just don't see them.
Yeah, those birds are only native to Gibraltar and Africa, right? You won't find them in the rest of Europe.
No.
Wow, amazing. And also, do you think we'll be able to see maybe candy tuft plants? You know which plant I'm talking about?
Yeah, the candy tuft.
Yeah, you can only find those here in Africa, not in Europe.
But it's this is not the time for those flowers. It's summer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we can try. Let's see if we can find them.
Yeah.
But I doubt it. Everything is very dry up there.
Yeah, I would really love to see that before I leave, because that's something very unique. You can only find those in Africa.
Yeah, yeah.
And I believe that's evidence, you know, the monkeys as well as evidence that at one point, or there's a reality that exists that Europe is connected to Africa.
The biggest event, the biggest evidence is the rock itself. It's a prehistoric limestone.
Yeah.
The same rock as in Africa.
Yeah.
So
Jurassic limestone.
Jurassic limestone.
I've heard stories where, you know, Gibraltar was flipped upside down.
That's what they say, that Gibraltar
they have no idea how the Jurassic limestone is you know, up there instead of underneath.
Yeah, that's it. No, man, if you haven't got an idea, but you can have a slight idea. In those days, the eruption of volcanoes and the land was actually moving all the time. You know, the continent splits.
Yeah.
The power that you need to split that actual continent, it's not that easy. You know that's why Gibraltar most probably broke up or shut down here. You know, you never know. I mean, but Gibraltar, it is a piece of Africa.
Yeah.
It's the same rock. You don't see this rock around Spain.
Yeah. Can I ask you a random question?
Yeah.
Since you've lived here all your life, and you know, you've been doing tour guides, have you ever met anyone that has referred to Gibraltar as an island? They think it's an island.
No, I haven't heard nobody telling that.
So you never met anyone that thinks Gibraltar is an island?
I mean, Gibraltar's always been attached to Spain, you know.
Yeah.
So in the old times, I don't know, but
you never met anyone at all? Because everyone else I meet, they say they meet people that they think Gibraltar is an island.
I haven't met them. You know?
Wow.
I've just
okay.
I'm just.
I think John here is the first person to tell me no out of all the people I've asked, but okay.
I wouldn't mind being an island, you know, a bit attached.
Yeah.
I'm not going to enter in that.
Gotcha. So my next question would be, have you ever heard of the Island Games?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gibraltar hosted the Island Games in 1995 and 2019, right?
My kid, now it's in Birmingham, and my kid is going there on Monday.
Okay.
He's a swimmer.
My next question would be, why is Gibraltar hosting the Island Games when it's not an island?
Because it's a part of the... Just a minute.
I'm pretty sure
it's called the Island Games, but Gibraltar is not an island. It doesn't matter.
Politically
it's part of Great Britain's Commonwealth, you know what I mean?
No, I know, but...
Yeah, but it's part of I mean, it's not an island. It's considered an option, you know, to go into all these games.
But I understand that part.
Not necessarily have to be an island.
Well, if you look at the other, you know, 26 participants in the Island Games,
they are all islands,
you can actually verify that they are actually geographically islands, except for Gibraltar.
That's we've been doing it for a long time, you know. But maybe we were once an island. I might have not heard it.
Yeah.
And that's why we are allowed to go on the Island Games.
So okay, that's your reasoning. But you're not too sure why.
I don't know really sure why. You can see 1884.
100-ton gun, you guys.
Yeah,
okay. But wait.
200 gun.
Are we gonna walk in and see it?
I have to stay outside.
Oh, okay.
Because I can't go in.
Gotcha.
I need to keep the car to get the car away from here.
Okay.
You need to go by yourself.
So I'm gonna go take a look at the 100-ton gun. John just told me that there's only 2 of these in the world. The other one is in Malta, and at that time, during 1884, as you guys can see up there, it was the most advanced
guns in those days.
Guns in the world at that time. Before I go, so this gun, the reason why it was placed here was to protect what?
The bay,
to protect the bay.
Yeah.
The entrance of the bay.
The bay.
Gotcha.
It was very important in those days.
That's very interesting.
Have in mind that the ships didn't go into dock.
Yeah.
They stayed outside and they rowed in.
Okay. Yeah.
and it was different. That's all they needed to protect
The entrance of the bay.
Of course.
Wow, very
We'll
interesting,
see
you
that
guys.
from the entrance of the bay.
Yeah, all right,
See
cool.
by yourself.
All right, John, thanks. See you in a
See
bit.
you in a minute, okay?
So, John just told me that the reason why this was placed here on the west coast of Gibraltar was, you know, they put this gun here to protect the entrance of the bay. And the reality in which Gibraltar is an island, this was this was here to protect the entrance of, you know, the Straits of Gibraltar. Wow, is this it? I'm not even sure which one it is, but I'm not sure if these are it. There's so much history here, you guys. 100-ton gun. I'm gonna read this quickly as much as possible. Time is limited, so one of the first things you get to read here, an historic site. This location has been regarded as strategically important because of its ability to protect the entrances to both main commercial harbor and what was the Royal Navy dockyard in Rosia Bay. This would have actually been a strategic important place to have these guns, because you were literally not protecting the bay. There was no Gibraltar Bay before. There was Gibraltar Straits, and the entrance, it literally guarded the entrance of the Mediterranean Sea from the Atlantic. So this bay did not exist before. This was protecting the Gibraltar Straits. Some old photos of a different timeline in which, you know, this was here because they needed to protect a bay and not the straits. Look, you guys, Straits of Gibraltar. We're still seeing reality residue in which Gibraltar was an island, and we're still seeing residue. Even though there's one strait, they still call it straits. Makes no sense. You know, Spain was much farther up, Morocco was much farther south, Gibraltar was literally in the middle, and this is why it was called Gibraltar Straits. But in this reality, Gibraltar has moved from the center of the Mediterranean Sea. Spain has gone closer, Morocco has gone up, and then Gibraltar moved, and now it's attached to Spain. Now it's a peninsula in this reality. It just came out of a small tunnel there. They're calling this the viewing platform. This is where I'm at. And okay, I guess this is the 100-ton gun, you guys. Wow, that is massive. Just, you can see the size of it behind me. Massive gun here. As I was walking through there reading all those things on the wall, I just read through them quickly because it just seems like there's so many mosquitoes in there, and I started getting itchy, and so I tried to move as quickly as possible to avoid getting bit. I had bites all over me. I had no idea there was mosquitoes here. This is, throughout my duration of the trip, I probably got bit once. I've been here for 2 weeks. This is the first time I'm literally getting bit by a lot of mosquitoes, probably because we're close to the Bay of Gibraltar. Here's another gun. I'm not sure what that is, but right there, that's massive, you guys. Wow. And that could reach very far. That could reach all the way into Spain, across the Bay of Gibraltar. There was never a Bay of Gibraltar, and Spain was never west of Gibraltar because Gibraltar was an island in another reality. The Spanish will call this the Bay of Algeciras, but the British will call it the Bay of Gibraltar. So it's most likely that this was probably just a bay area for the Spanish, in the reality in which Gibraltar was an island. Wow, that was interesting. So that gray gun, that big, that's the one right here, the one that's outside.
Yes.
Wow, that's massive, you guys.
It's massive, huh?
Yeah, it's huge. I can't believe. And so that was used to protect the Bay of Gibraltar.
That's it.
Wow.
Not to protect the bay, sea and the straits both.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have actually been protecting the island. The straits. The Straits of Gibraltar.
Mainly the entrance of the Gibraltar itself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got the east side also, right? That could be an entrance, right?
The
In this
side
reality.
is the beach side.
Yeah, the beach side.
You see that the walls
the bay
here,
side.
you see it does come up.
This tunnel's from the 1700s.
Of course.
Wow.
This was built to bring the rocks to build the wall.
Yeah.
This was the quarry that you
Wow.
are talking about. You see?
This is the quarry right here.
This is the quarry. That's where the rocks were brought to be cut into sides.
Wow.
Nowadays we got a swimming resort.
Oh
The
man.
only scarf left from those days.
Yeah.
If you look to the beach,
Yeah.
you see that there's no sand.
Yeah.
It's all small pieces of rock.
Yeah.
And those pieces of rock are the cuts over,
Yeah.
left over from the amount of cutting of rocks in Gibraltar.
You're talking about. They should have left this a historical landmark instead of building a kind of like a resort here.
Historical, or we live. We have to live, you know.
Historical.
But we haven't got space. You know what I mean?
Reclaim other land and use this as a historical site.
Every Gibraltar is full. Gibraltar itself is historical.
Yeah.
So if you start stopping things to be done,
Yeah.
for historical,
Yeah. There's not enough space on the island.
You need things. There are 52 kilometers of tunnels. Okay, 33 miles, and
Wow, you guys, this is impressive.
they actually built these tunnels
Yeah.
with idea. The most important thing was to build the tunnels to get the rocks to fill up the runway.
Right.
The runway was more important than the tunnel, but they ended up with a big system of tunnels by doing that runway. The
Gotcha.
runway was built during the Second World War. It was built for Operation Torch, the invasion of North Africa to control the straits. So they needed to build that airport so quickly that they actually started digging tunnels to collect the rocks to fill up the runway.
Wow.
And that's why we cross the runway today through the top. We don't cross under a tunnel.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you've been. You cross the runway?
Yes, the airport.
The airport, the
Yes,
runway
yes,
where the plane
yes,
lands.
Yes, yes.
And the reason why we haven't got a tunnel because it was built during the Second World War and there was no time. The tunnel is coming.
Yeah, I
nearly
heard
there.
they're building a tunnel
Yeah.
now, and it'll be ready by the end of the year, or
That's what
probably
they say.
possibly next
That's
year.
what they say.
I'm surprised that it took almost less than 100 years for them to finally think of building a road in which doesn't intersect the airport,
yes.
right? Like that's one of the.
It's taken about 75 or a bit more.
Yeah,
than
because that airport was built in 1939,
Yeah.
correct? So that's about 85 years.
85 years. Yeah.
Why all these years have they not built a road?
Because there's
Yeah.
been a bit of a.
All right, guys, we've arrived. It looks at this is called what? Trinity Lighthouse.
That's it.
So I was just speaking to John, and I was asking him, you know, we're gonna go see the lighthouse right now, but I was asking him, why is it so cloudy? It's very strange. It's as if, you know, I've never experienced this before. It's very unique. It literally feels like I'm in the clouds. Literally feels like I'm in the clouds, and this is something normal here in Gibraltar. This is not normal where I live or I've ever experienced. It literally feels like the clouds are on the ground. Look at this. Look how foggy it is. You can barely see the lighthouse, and it's approximately 11:50 in the morning. It's not even past noon yet. This is something that I've noticed while I've been here, and you'll notice like clouds hang around the top of the rock, but you won't see it anywhere else. It's almost as if these clouds are giving a kind of like magical, mystical vibes to this place, the island of Gibraltar. This is, guys, this is supposed to be an island in another reality. Well, it is an island, not that it was, that it should have been. It is an island, and this is the reason why people refer to this place as an island. Guys, here's the lighthouse. You can see looks like the sun is actually starting to break, but it's very, very weird. Look at the top of the rock. The clouds are starting to break. There's some clouds at the top going through the rock. It feels very magical here. It's something very unique. But that's the lighthouse. When I met John, I didn't explain the Mandela effect to him, and I didn't you know, I didn't explain to him Gibraltar being an island, so that's why you may see me smiling in some of the previous video clips, because, you know, just trying to see his reaction and what he says when I say island, without even letting him know about the Mandela effect and how many people remember learning that this was an island.
That's the
Neanderthals.
Man, that
Yeah.
could have been Gibraltar woman,
Yeah.
because we found it first,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, there's theories, or not theories, but I say, you know, they thought they found it first in Germany, but is it a fact that the first Neanderthals were found here?
Yeah,
Wow.
but we didn't register.
That's amazing.
We didn't register.
This is a very unique place. Like,
Yeah, they took the
Neanderthals.
skull. They took the skull
Yeah.
to the governors. In those days, we're talking
Yeah.
about the 1700s, 1800s.
Yeah.
No, 17, end of the 70s, beginning of the 18.
Yeah.
And they stored it in the governor's house. When they found the Neanderthal man,
Yeah.
they came, they registered it, and it came soon on the news. And then we said, well, we got one in the governor's house, and we sent it to England, and it was actually a Neanderthal woman.
Wow. Nana, I think that's her name.
Yeah, she is.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw her in
Nana
the
and
Gibraltar
Flint.
Museum. Yeah, I saw.
She's the one. She's that
Wow.
skull.
Wow.
She was built, you know that they can build from a skull the face and the.
Yeah.
Well, they did build the face.
Wow.
That's what she looked like.
That's what they think she looked like.
Yeah,
It's not. It's not a
it's
fact.
not 100%,
Yeah, it's not going to be
but,
accurate, but
It
yeah.
cannot be accurate
Yeah.
because but it
Yeah.
by the picture of the skull they can
Yeah.
actually say more or less.
What happened to the Neanderthals? What's your belief, or what have you learned?
I mean, have in mind that in the caves they found animals leftovers, you know, that they eat animals.
Yeah.
So that means that the cave is on the seaside.
Yeah.
So that meant to take those animals they had to walk through the sea. But in those days there was no sea. Those days the sea was much back.
Yeah.
It was actually land.
Yeah.
They had land around the rock. Much more land. The sea was much further back.
Wow.
So they could go walking into the actual, and then Neanderthal, what happened with them? It's a change of.
Why are Neanderthals fossils only? Why were they only found in Gibraltar? Were any of them found in Spain, right across the border?
I don't think so,
Why is that?
because this was the crossing to the Mediterranean. You know, the
Yeah.
Mediterranean in those days.
Yeah.
I mean, well,
How many years ago did Neanderthals exist? Do you know?
the 64 or 90, 100, 1,000 years. I don't know. 90.
It was
or
many,
1,000
many, many
ago.
years ago.
Yeah.
Before even the ancient Egyptians.
They occupied. Here's they've been
Yeah.
occupied by another.
Oh, yeah, here it
from
goes.
19,000 years
Wow,
ago.
90,000 years ago. Wow. It's pretty amazing that, you know, you could find them here, but you can't find them in Spain.
I don't think they found them.
But
in
you
Spain.
somehow some of them were found in Germany.
Most probably,
Yeah.
if they are around here, they could have gone into Spain, of course.
Yeah.
It depends on where they wanted to.
Yeah.
That's mainly they used to stay where they used to find food and a very, very good shelter. And here, most probably, being on these straits or whatever, was a place where food went quite a lot, you know?
Yeah. So guys, this is the story I've been hearing from many people. The rock of Gibraltar is a Jurassic limestone.
That's it.
This rock was formed in the ocean around 200 million years ago. Guys, that is more than the dinosaurs. And somehow that piece of land is a Jurassic limestone, and scientists, or I guess archaeologists, are not able to answer as to how the Jurassic limestone is on top of the ground instead of underneath the ground. Am I correct?
Yeah, they say
That is,
it's
there's something
self-building.
very unique about this place here in Gibraltar. Gibraltar is a very unique place. There's a lot of mysteries that has not been answered, and the Mandela effect, it helps us answer a lot of ancient mysteries, you know, because there's many accounts where people are remembering this place existing as an island, and we're getting closer to the answer, I believe, guys. So this is really amazing. I did not know this prior to coming here, and John was the one who actually, helped confirm that as well. And here we have it written. So
You got the
yeah, that's a pretty amazing stuff. John was asking me if that information about Jurassic limestone was in the museum. I don't I can't recall seeing it. And I was telling the lady that I had met there, you know, they should have a whole section for the Barbary monkeys, a whole section for the Barbary birds, because that's very unique to Europe. You can only find those, and those monkeys are the only tailless monkeys in the world. Is that true?
But there you see them in Africa too.
Yeah, I know.
The African monkeys.
Yeah, but that species is the only tailless monkeys in the world.
In the world, yeah.